Now on the Suze Orman Show, Susie's 5 rules of never.
These are things that if you just listen to me and you never do, you will be okay.
Plus, she thought she was doing her friend a favor. Now, Rebecca is paying the price for co-signing a loan.
I was really angry when it first started, when she was still here. I mean, how can you do that to somebody? I don't know.
And can she afford it? From a little mermaid to a big one.
Ever since I was a little girl, I have loved mermaids and being in the water. Now
You want to buy a mermaid?
I don't want to buy a mermaid. I want to be a mermaid.
Hi, everybody. I'm Suze Orman, and you are watching The Suze Orman Show. Tonight, I want to begin with my 5 top rules of never. These are things that if you just listen to me and you never do, you will be okay. Obviously, there are exceptions to the rule, but most of the times, these are the rules you need to pay attention to. Number 1, never buy a variable annuity, especially within a retirement account. I understand very well that there are many financial advisors out there that need to make a living. And they need to sell you investments so they can make a commission off of it. A variable annuity makes absolutely no sense for a variety of reasons. It's easier to just say, can you never do it? Because it doesn't make sense. I'd like to see you buy no-load mutual funds rather than a variable annuity. Got that? Number 2, never buy insurance as an investment. That kind of follows on the tail of variable annuities. Insurance is insurance. Investments are investments. Do not mix the two. The only type of insurance that I want the majority of you to buy, life insurance, is term life that's good for a specific period of time. I would like you to stay away from universal, variable, and whole life insurance. Got it? Number 3, never finance a car for more than 3 years. I also understand very well that you want a new car. Just a few more dollars per month. If you could just extend the amount of time that you pay for that car, you can afford those payments. No. If you cannot afford a monthly payment that's over a 3-year period of time, you are buying a car that is too expensive. Do you hear me? So never get a 4-year, a 5-year, a 6-year, a 7-year term. 3 years at max. Number 4, never name a minor as a beneficiary. I get it, parents. You have life insurance, retirement, you're a single mom, whatever it may be, and you want your kid to have this. What is a 2-year-old or 3-year-old going to do with $100,000? Minors cannot inherit money. So that money, if you name a minor, will go into a blocked account, stay there until they're 18. Don't do that. Get yourself a living revocable trust and name that as the beneficiary and the trustee to take care of your kid. And number 5, and the biggest never of all, you are never, do you hear me? You are never, I don't care who it is, what it's for, you are never to co-sign a loan for anyone. Are you kidding? When you co-sign a loan, you are responsible for that loan no matter what happens. So don't do it. And co-signing a loan brings me to my one-on-one tonight, a woman who thought she was doing a friend a favor, and she's now paying the price.
My name is Rebecca. I'm 33. I co-signed on a loan with my friend who recently passed away due to breast cancer. Since then, the loan is doubled, and I don't know what to do, and I need your help. Sonia and I met in around 2003 when she started working at the groom shop that I was working at. Our dogs really loved each other, so we started bonding over them. She said she was going to go to school. She wanted to be criminal justice. I believe that's what it's called. I was like, that's great. You should pursue your dreams because you can't be a dog groomer the rest of your life. I paid off the loan that my parents co-signed on. Why wouldn't she pay off her side of the loan? I didn't read any of the fine print. I don't even remember if I even knew how much it was at the time. It was about 2.5 years ago, we realized that she wasn't able to pay the loan off, and the loan collector started calling me, asking for money. I found out in May that she had pneumonia, and she also had complications with breast cancer that made it hard for them to treat the pneumonia. She was 44 when she died at the end of May. I was really angry when it first started, when she was still here. I mean, how can you do that to somebody? I don't know. But she was a really close friend. I love her and I miss her a lot. I think it's National Collegiate Trust that actually holds the loan now. American Education Services is the one that actually pays them back. I'm not really sure what's going on with it. And now it's $38,000. Susie, I'm really frustrated. I'd like to figure out how to get rid of this loan. I really need your help.
Ah, Rebecca, that's a hard one, huh, sweetheart? Welcome to the Suze Orman Show.
Hi, Susie.
Yeah. So tell me, you signed this loan, co-signed this loan, and you never had any idea about what you were signing. I see that it was at a 9% interest rate currently, which is high. So out of everything, are you most angry because she didn't tell you? Tell me how you're feeling at this moment in time, really.
At this moment, I'm feeling, I can't really be angry at her. I really don't think that she knew what was going on. She was probably just as clueless as I was when she asked me to sign it. Right now, I am kind of frustrated at the loan company. I don't really think that I should have to pay all this off.
Mm-hmm. And because what my concern for you really was, when you wrote in with your paperwork that I have here in front of me, you focused on, you're so angry at her. How could she have done this to you? That's exactly what you told our producer. And I really wanted to say to you is anger at somebody for something they didn't even have any idea. You didn't have a clue what you were signing. She didn't have a clue what she was asking you to sign for. If she had, she never would have done that to you. If you had known, either of you had known, that upon her death, you would be responsible for that loan payment, you would have gotten a term life insurance policy on her, and that would have been fine, and then this problem wouldn't be here, because $30,000 of a term life insurance policy would have been $5 a month, if that. So, but here you are. Do you understand why there is nothing you can do about this? Do you have an understanding of why this is so?
I only understand from what the loan company has told me, because I'm the co-signer technically. According to the paperwork, I not inherited the loan. I own the loan as well as she did. Yeah.
What is important for everybody watching the Suze Orman Show tonight to understand, I don't care what kind of loan it is, when you co-sign a loan, that is the exact same thing as you going out and taking that loan out yourself. The only reason you needed to co-sign, or there ever needs to be a co-signer, is the person applying for the loan doesn't qualify for the loan. So if the lender doesn't think that person qualifies, they need somebody who does qualify to give that person the money, which is why you are the one responsible, because the loan was based on your finances, not your friends. Got that?
I understand. Yeah, now I do.
Does it make any sense at all that your friend has died and you still have to pay a loan back on somebody that has died? Because it is a private student loan, that is one of the main differences between a private student loan and a federal loan. A federal loan, a direct loan, a plus loan, if the student dies, the loan is paid in full. It's over. Once a private student loan is sold to another lender, and especially if that new lender sells it again to another lender, it is impossible to forgive that loan. The big problem here is now, what are you going to do about that student loan? Correct?
Yes, that's the problem.
But I don't see that as your big problem. I think you're concentrating on the wrong problem. Your true problem today, asking me, is this. You have monthly income of $2,456 take home, because your husband currently is out of work. You have monthly expenses of $3,558. You are in deficit every single month of $1,100. That is where your energy needs to go. Because if you continue on this route, you're not going to have the money to pay your own bills. You're going to create credit card debt. And at the same time, you have to start and continue, if you haven't done it already, making those student loan payments every single month until that loan is paid in full. So we're going to take a break. And after we come back, I'm going to give you an action plan to deal with the loan, to deal with your deficit, and to make sure that you don't get angry at your situation.
Up next, forget the student loan payment. Susie takes aim at a bigger target.
You currently are spending, are you kidding me, $800 a month eating out? I don't think so.
And later, Annie up for Can I Afford It?
Are you good at poker?
I am pretty good. I would say I'm good, but not great.
So don't you think you should wait till you're great to waste $12,500 at a poker tournament that everybody is great at? The big problem here is now, what are you going to do about that student loan? Correct?
Yes, that's the problem.
Welcome back, everybody. I've been talking to Rebecca, who made the mistake of co-signing a student loan for her friend Sonia. Sonia sadly passed away this year, and now Rebecca is stuck with that $37,000 loan. Had it been a federal loan, however, it would have been discharged on Sonia's death, but private loans, I told you I don't like private student loans. They are a different animal. Do you know that only 4 private lenders have death and disability discharges built in? They are Sallie Mae, Wells Fargo, Discover, and New York State Higher Education Services Corporation. So if you have a private student loan that you've co-signed with anybody else other than those 4, you better go out and get term insurance to the amount of the loan on the person you co-signed for. So, Rebecca, now that you know you have to pay off this loan, are you ready to embrace an action plan?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay. How are you doing with that news that there's not a whole lot you can do about this?
It's kind of what I figured.
So, you have this student loan. You're going to be making payments on it. Do you have it under a standard repayment method right now?
Yes, we're paying, I believe, if I understand the question correctly, we're paying $150 each month.
And will it be therefore paid off in 10 years?
16.7 years is what the website said.
So you're going to have to pay the $156 a month. It's not a big deal. $156 a month is not going to make or break you. There have been people, for their own children that they co-signed for, that died. They lost their child and they're stuck with $1,000 a month. That's a big deal. $156, you can do that. Not a big deal. Just remember those words. The big deal to me, however, is we have got to find $1,100 a month that you can cut out of your expenses so that you are not going into deficit. Currently, you don't have any credit card debt. If you continue to do this, you're going to end up with credit card debt of your own. You currently are spending, are you kidding me, $800 a month eating out? Suze Orman doesn't even spend $800 a month eating out. $800 a month eating out. I don't think so. So $800 a month for now is going away. You're spending $40 a month on manicures. Just don't put polish on. Get a little, emery board, whatever, clip, what I do as well. You can do that. $40 gone. $50 a month on video games. Your life is not a game. This is real life. And real life says we need every penny we can find right now so that you aren't in deficit. It goes $30 a month for a help club. Take a walk around the block. I don't care what you do. Walk those dogs that you were grooming. Whatever it may be, get rid of that health club membership. And $250 a month between vacation and birthdays and everything like that, gone. For now. For now. That's $1,200 a month. Now, eventually here, Charles, your husband, will get another job. But here's what I'd like to see you do, because you're so young. You're in your, early 30s. You both can pull this out so well. When Charles gets another job, Given if you stay in your living circumstances, which you may choose to do, you may decide to stay living with Charles' parents where you're living right now. It's working out for all of you. I think the price is right. Why not try to just live on your salary alone within this budget and bank and invest his entire after-tax income? Oh my God, if you did that, Rebecca, you would have more money than you know what to do with. And so if you want to eat out $100 a month, $200 a month, you can do that. But if you could live your life like that, I'm telling you, by the time you're 40, 45, 50, whatever it may be, eventually you'll have enough money for a down payment for your own home, retirement fully funded, emergency funds. You'll be great. How does that sound to you?
That actually sounds like really smart. That sounds good.
All right. Can you do it?
I think we can, yeah.
No. Can you do it?
Yes, we can.
That's my girl. You do it. Let us know how it goes and talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
Let's go to Sasha in Florida. You are on the Suze Orman Show.
Hi, Susie. How are you today?
Fabulous, girlfriend. What can I do for you tonight?
Okay, so my fiance actually wrote into the show under my name and didn't tell me about it. But he was concerned about moving forward with the cost of our wedding. He originally had wanted it to be themed, and our theme is steampunk, which I'm not sure if you know what that is, but it's kind of like a Victorian age, industrial Victorian age kind of wedding, like Will Smith's Wild Wild West movie, kind of like that.
All right. You're right. I didn't know what that was, just so you know. But okay, I kind of get the idea. How much would that have cost?
So I budgeted about $40,000 for it. It's just because with themes, you know, it's kind of things that you have to buy, you have to make, you have to, you know, get special versus more of a
How long you been with
wedding.
your fiance?
About 5 years.
5 years. And is this $40,000? So ask me your question.
So the majority of the elements for this have been booked and whatnot. So I've always been able to hoard my cash and live on my credit and pay my bills. But the question is, how do I get him to trust me with the finances and understand that everything's going to be fine?
Well, let's see if he should trust you, because obviously if he wrote in under your name, there's something that's making him feel very uncomfortable. How are you going to pay for the $40,000?
Well, right now it's on credit and 0% financing, and I pay, usually I pay double the minimum payment and pay it down pretty quickly.
And how much do you have in an emergency fund?
Well, that's the other part of the story. I have right now only $2,000 because...
All right, let's stop right here, Sasha. Stop right here. It makes absolutely no sense on any level spending $40,000 on a wedding when all you have is $2,000 in an emergency fund. I don't care that it's at a 0% interest rate. I am sure that 0% interest rate is not going to last long enough till all $40,000 is paid off, because you would have to be spending almost $3,500 a month to have that, and I am sure you are not paying that on your payments to this card. I have to tell you, I think your fiancé should be concerned. I think you should be happy that he wrote in. And if he is concerned that you can't afford to do this, I'm here to tell you, really don't do this. It's not worth it, sweetheart. I think you're making a big mistake. And I'm here to tell you, even though this is not the Can I Afford It segment, you cannot afford it. We are going to Laura in North Carolina. Ask me your question.
Hi, Susie. Hi, girlfriend. I've always wanted to say that to you.
Thank you.
My boyfriend and I have been listening to you for years, and we feel very secure in our finances. We have an 8-month emergency fund. We both fully fund our Roth IRAs, and we're paying off his student loans.
Great.
However, we sit at home alone and depressed while watching all of our friends buy homes and go on vacations. And we often decline social invitations, and we participate in as many free activities as our town has to offer. So with all of that information, how do we deal with the boring part of saving money?
You make it fun. You know, I've always said, if you could just do 3 things with money, and one of them being getting as much pleasure out of saving as you do spending, I can guarantee you that while you see your friends buying homes, going on vacation, and doing everything, I am sure they also have credit card debt, nothing in retirement, not an emergency fund, and at night, when you can't see into their room, because they're not saying anything, they're arguing about money, they're losing sleep about money, or they're worried about money. So the way that you do this is you get pleasure out of knowing that one day when you are older, and they're going to have to work till they're 70, 80, 90 years of age, possibly, you're going to be able to retire, you're going to be able to go on vacations, you're going to be able to do whatever you want. So enjoy each other, enjoy the freedom of having control over your money. As I said, get pleasure in saving it, and just change your attitude, but don't change your actions.
Up next, you can't afford to miss. Can I afford it?
I want to buy a cabin in the woods.
You have credit card debt at 13%.
And a diver's dream.
You are asking Suze Orman if you can spend $1,500 on a custom mermaid tail. Do I have that right?
That is correct. That is correct, Susie.
All right. What do you want to buy?
Enter the World Series of Poker.
Cabin in the woods. 7-day cruise to the Caribbean.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Can I Afford It segment. This is where you call in. You tell me what it is that you want to buy, and I tell you if you can afford it or not. But guess what? Tonight, we have a new addition to the Can I Afford It segment. It is on hold. Some people are so close to being able to afford it, rather than just denying them. I thought, I'll just put them on hold until they can afford it. Got it? So you're going to possibly see that tonight or next week or whenever it's appropriate. So let's see what we got going. Matthew, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. I would like to enter the World Series of Poker. I've been playing recreationally for the last 20 years or so. And basically, as long as I've known there was such a thing as the World Series of Poker, I thought, hey, I'd like to enter that. But until now, I've never really felt like I had the money to do that. Now I feel like I probably can, although I'll let you be the judge of that.
$12,500.
Yes.
$12,500.
Exactly.
$12,500 to simply enter a poker tournament. What is it? Are you not getting enough joy just playing with your friends and people around? Like, you really have to go and enter a tournament to be whatever. Is that true?
I do enjoy playing with my friends. I have great fun doing that. But the tournament, it'd be a test of skill, and it would be one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences that I can't get any other place.
Yeah, until you get addicted to it, and then it's, Susie, can I go next year, too? I just have to ask, are you good at poker?
I am pretty good. I would say I'm good, but not great.
Not great. So don't you think you should wait till you're great to waste $12,500 at a poker tournament that everybody is great at? All right, that's not what you're asking me. Show me the money.
All right. Well, my take-home is $4,433 a month.
Yep.
My expenses are $3,248 a month. In debt, I have $153,000 on a 15-year fixed mortgage. I'm about 2 years into that. And in savings, I have about $24,000 in liquid assets, about $99,000 in investments, and about $301,000 in retirement savings.
And how are you going to pay for this?
So I would pay for it out of a combination of investment savings and setting aside money each month from the difference between what I earn and what I spend. And if I were to actually win any money, I would put it right back into savings. I mean, realistically...
Matthew, if only horses could fly. Are you kidding me? Sir, you are on hold. You are my first on hold. Why? Because really at 38, you're doing pretty good. You've saved for retirement. You have investments. You have your 8-month emergency fund right now. You have excess money from what you're making. You're on hold because I just want you to take your excess and save it. I do not want you to cash out your investments. I do not want you to touch your emergency fund right now. And I do not want you to think that if you win, you're going to be able to pay it off, because you are not going to win because you are not a great poker player. You said so yourself. And to win these things, you have to be great. So for right now, you are on hold, and then we'll see. Okay, boyfriend Katie, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie.
Hi, Katie.
I want to buy a cabin in the woods and use it as a vacation/rental property.
$110,000 for a cabin in the woods. You know, it's not just $110,000 for a cabin in the woods. It's $110,000 plus utilities, maintenance, all these kind of things. You're aware of that, correct?
I am.
Oh, you are. All right, show me the money.
All right. Well, for my take home is $4,689 a month.
Yeah.
My expenses are $3,843 a month, and that includes $1,517 a month in rent.
Yeah.
For debt, I have $1,800 in credit card debt, and in savings, I have $6,200 in liquid and $21,000 in retirement.
My dear Katie, how are you going to pay for this?
Well, I've been pre-qualified for a $250,000 loan. So for my 5% down payment, I could use my liquid savings or borrow from the cash value of my whole life insurance policy.
Don't tell me you have a whole life insurance policy. I just opened up tonight's show with my 5 rules of never. And one of my 5 rules of never was to never get a whole life insurance policy. You're 29 years of age. Who do you need insurance on? Do you have kids? Is somebody financially dependent on you? But that's not why you're calling into the Suze Orman Show. You want to know if you can afford this. You are denied. You can't anywhere near afford this. It would be the craziest thing you ever did. You have credit card debt at 13%. Do me a favor, pay off the credit card debt first, or you may just be living in the woods without a cabin at all. Melanie, what do you want to buy?
We want to celebrate our anniversary with a 7-day cruise to the Caribbean. So, yeah, in the past, we haven't really had to think too much about how we spend our money, but this year we bought a house and we had a baby. So we pretty much now second guess every penny that we spend.
And are you going to take the baby on the cruise with you?
We are. We want to take the baby, and we also want to take our parents, which would be a treat for them, but would also help us with childcare so we can get some time alone.
All right, because I was going to say $6,200 for a 7-day cruise in the Caribbean for just 2 people. What cruise line are you cruising on? But for 5 people, essentially, we'll make you a little baby, a little person. All right, not so bad. Show me the money.
Okay. Our take-home is $11,380 a month combined.
Yes.
Our expenses are $9,992, which includes our rent of $1,400 that'll go away when we move into our new home. And then for debt, we've got our new mortgage, which is $367,000, a 30-year fixed. We have $4,000 left on a student loan, and in savings, we have $191,000 in liquid, $23,000 in investments, and $570,000 in retirement.
And how are you going to pay for this?
We're just going to take it out of our liquid, we hope.
You are, you hope. Well, you can hope all you want because you are approved, girlfriend. You are doing great at the age of 33. That's what I want to see. The money in retirement, the money in investments, how much you have liquid. Just do me a favor, pay off the student loan that's at 7.9% interest or whatever with some of your money you have in savings. It makes no sense to have that student loan anymore. Emma, what do you want to buy?
Hi, Susie. So ever since I was a little girl, I have loved mermaids and being in the water. Now
you want to buy a mermaid?
I don't want to buy a mermaid. I want to be a mermaid.
Oh, God, I don't even know. What is that? Did plastic surgeons today turn people into mermaids? Is that even one of those types of operations? You want a mermaid
Susie.
tail.
I do. So I'm an advanced open water scuba diver. I dive with my husband every weekend, and I want to buy a mermaid tail for myself as a present when I finish my PhD this spring.
You are asking Suze Orman if you can spend $1,500 on a custom mermaid tail. Do I have that right?
That is correct, Susie.
All right. I'm trying to sit on this for a second. All right. Oh, I'm sitting on my tail. No, just joking here. All right. Show me the money.
All right. So our take home is $7,300 a month combined. Our expenses are $4,180 a month, and that includes $1,825 a month in rent. For debt, we have $114,000 in student loans. However, we also own inherited property outright. In savings, we have $30,000 in liquid, $110,000 in investments, and $70,000 in retirement.
And how are you going to pay for this?
Susie, I'd like to pay for this beautiful mermaid tail from my savings.
From your savings. So you want to take $1,500 from your savings that's already under what you should have as an 8-month emergency fund to buy a mermaid tail. Do I have that right?
That's right, Susie. I have wanted a mermaid tail ever since I was a little girl, and I went as Ariel for Halloween when I was 3 years old.
And I'm looking at the picture. Do you still have red hair?
Unfortunately, I don't, but if I get approved for this tail, I might go back to it.
Here's the thing. You're 28 years of age. You don't have the money that you really need to have in your emergency fund. So as much as I know you have wanted this your entire life, you are approved.
I'm approved, Susie.
You're approved. And why are you approved? People are going to say, Susie, what are you, nuts? Does she need it? This isn't about need. The truth is you are 28, and look how well you are doing. You're doing great. And listen, if you wanted a mermaid tail at this point in your life, get it out of your system now. Okay, girlfriend? And send us a picture. All right. Want to be part of the Can I Afford It segment so you can see if you can afford a mermaid tail or something like that. All you have to do is go to my website, SusieOrman.com, and you will find the information that you need to know there to come and play with me right here. And if we choose you to be on the air, Robo Man, right, you will get a T-shirt with my decision on it just for you.
Up next, a financial professional's advice doesn't ring true.
What this person probably should have been saying to you is, stop paying down your mortgage so I have more money to invest for you so that I can make more commission off of you.
And later, Barbara's husband wants to retire early. Not so fast.
If Alan retires in 2 years, will it affect your retirement? All of that. I've given you a grade of...
That's pretty bad.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we are at the headquarters at CNBC in the control room. So many ways you can be part of the Suze Orman Show. Please take a look at your screen. You can send in an email. You can join me on Facebook, or if you send in a tweet and put hashtag Ask Susie, it comes to us here, and if we choose it, your tweet will be on the air. Let's see what's trending right now. We have at Puppet Matt's Stir. However you say that. Anyway, how gradually and at what age should I start shifting my retirement holdings away from stocks to more stable investments? My dear, here's the problem. It's not the age you are. It's how you feel about the investments you have. Now, I'm not getting all psychobabble on you, but it's true. You will make mistakes. If you are in stocks and you're afraid of stocks, you'll sell at the wrong time, you'll buy at the wrong time. So if you aren't afraid, you like to invest, there's nothing wrong with you holding stocks for a long time, even if you get older, because remember, stocks can pay a great dividend as well. However, if you're afraid, you might want to stay stable from the very beginning. Let's go to webcam. We are going to Pennsylvania. Lucy, what do you need to know?
Hi, Susie. I've been paying double mortgage payments to pay my mortgage down. And recently I was told by a financial advisor not to do that anymore because we're headed towards higher inflation. So it's counterintuitive to me, but I'm wondering what you think about that.
When he or she said that to you, like, was this the first time you met this person? Is this person interested in managing your money? Well, how'd you even get to this person?
Yeah, that was sort of the direction that we were going.
Oh, it is. Well, listen, if that was the direction you were going, you are now going to do a U-turn and go the other way. Because here's the bottom line. What this person probably should have been saying to you is, stop paying down your mortgage so I have more money to invest for you so that I can make more commission off of you. If you're going to keep this house forever, if this is a place that you love, nothing will make you feel more powerful than owning it outright. Who cares about inflation? Who cares about anything? any of that. You do what makes you feel powerful, girlfriend, and walk the other way from that financial advisor. All right, everybody, let's go back to the studio, and here's what's coming up next.
Barbara asks Susie,
how are we doing? I'm worried because he's set a goal to retire in just 2 years when he's 57.
It just doesn't work.
And later, test your money smarts in Susie's Pop Money Quiz.
Hi, Susie. My husband and I are both 55. We got a late start on our retirement, and now I'm addicted to saving. I'm worried because he's set a goal to retire in just 2 years when he's 57. I'm scared that without his contribution, we won't make it on one salary to enjoy our full retirement when I'm 65. Our goal at that time is to travel and spend time with family. Susie, how are we doing?
Barbara, welcome to the Suze Orman Show.
Hi, Susie. It's a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you, sweetheart. So you look at your situation. 10 more years, your husband's saying, I can't do it. I need to retire in 2 years when I'm 57. Given that is really what you want to know. Can he retire in 2 years, and can you make it then? Can you make it in 10 years from now if he retires not, in 2 years? What grade would you give yourself?
I think I would give us a B.
A B. All right, so let's see what I think. But first, let's show everybody what you've got going for yourself. In retirement, they have $618,000. Emergency fund, $37,000. Investments, $75,000. Current home value is $225,000. They do owe $56,000 on that home, and they will have that home, however, paid off in 3 years. So they have a total net worth of about $900,000. Not bad, sweetheart. But let's look at income versus expenses. Their monthly take-home is $7,650. Their monthly expenses are $4,778. So that gives them excess of $2,872 a month to invest, to do things with, and there you go. The grade in answer to your question, if Alan retires in 2 years, will it affect your retirement? All of that, I've given you a grade of a D.
Ooh, that's pretty bad.
That's all bad. And let me tell you why. First of all, if he retires at 57, he's not eligible yet to take money from his thrift savings plan. He would have to obviously go out and get another job, but every which way I did it, I made your goal that you really need to live on about $5,500 a month, and I'll tell you why I did that in a second, that your income, pension, whatever it is, you're way short. Alan would have to go out and get a job making about $4,000 a month before taxes so that there would be enough money for him to continue to contribute to his retirement so that you could retire in 10 years from now. Truthfully, it just doesn't work. And it does affect the outcome 10 years from now. So it's important that you understand it. I do not want him to retire in 2 years. But let me tell you your way to an A. You need to get a living revocable trust. But what you also need that is vital is you need long-term care insurance right now on both of you, because a long-term care stay for either one of you will wipe out most of what you have, believe it or not. So from the $2,800 excess that you have per month now, $800 about might go to long-term care. That leaves you $2,000. I want you to start investing right now that $2,000 a month. I want you to both continue to contribute $541 a month to a Roth IRA. I do not want you to pull back on it like you have. I want you to up your contributions. You also, in 3 years, will have your home paid for, so that will give you an extra $1,750 per month. If you invest that for the next 10 years, all of that, you're going to have an extra $400,000 in 10 years from now that you can access in any way you want. If you do what I'm telling you, you will have a great retirement. Now, with all of that said, If Ellen freaks and he says, I just can't do this anymore, okay. He has to work at least 3 more years where he happens to be right now so that the mortgage on the home is gone at that time. Then maybe we could swing it, but not before then. That's what you need to know.
Up next, one more thing Susie wants you to know.
If you're not making decisions, if you aren't doing research before you put your name on a legal document, don't be mad at somebody else for asking you to do so. Time to test your money smarts in a Susie Pop Money Quiz. You're 35 years old and you just got a $500 a month raise. You have $5,000 of credit card debt at 12% interest. You have $20,000 of student loan debt at 6.5% interest. And you owe your parents $2,000 at 0% interest. Which debt do you attack first? A, the credit card debt. B, the student loan debt. C, your parents. D, all of the above. The answer after the break. Before the break, I asked, if you're 35 and had an extra $500 a month, which debt do you pay off first? The answer is A. At 12% interest, you must pay this off as soon as you can. All right, that's almost a wrap on the Suze Orman Show. But before we go, there is still one more thing that I want you to know. Earlier tonight, my one-on-one guest was Rebecca, who co-signed a loan for her friend Sonia. Not just any loan, it was a private student loan. Sonia passed away, and Rebecca is still responsible now for those loan payments. And she was so angry when she originally wrote into the show. How could Sonia have done that to her? Listen, everybody, nobody forces you to do anything when it comes to money. You just do it. You have got to, right here and right now, take responsibility for every single action you take as well as every single action you do not take. If you're not involved in the finances, if you're not making decisions, if you aren't doing research before you put your name on a legal document, don't be mad at somebody else for asking you to do so. You have got to be angry at yourself because you didn't care enough about yourself to make sure that you would be okay. So when I end the show, as you'll see me do in a second, with the statement, people first, then money, then thing, I am not talking about other people. I am talking about you. If you can take care of yourself first, everything else will be okay. Now you know. So let's end the show now with that there is only one thing that I really want you to remember, and it is what I told you I wanted you to remember a few seconds ago. People first, meaning you, then money, then things. Now you stay safe. Bye-bye.